Now this is Zombie Woof at the schoolhouse.
How about another weed story? I was living in an old four-room schoolhouse in a village in the Shenandoah Valley, small village next to a Methodist church. So one day, when I'm 32 and I'm single and I have two roommates at this point, and also one of the four schoolrooms is a separate apartment now, and I'm renting it to a couple. Well, this particular day, the guy was home, and he was hanging out with me and my two roommates. The four of us were in one of the big schoolrooms, and we had about 2 or 3 bongs, and everybody brought their weed, and we were passing it around, and this guy walks into the room, said hi, and he sat down on one of the couches with us. It was very quiet. We all looked at each other for quite a bit, and eventually he said, "Is this the church?" And we said, "No. The church is next door, the Methodist church." And he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought this was the church. I'm here for the prayer meeting." And so he left, and we looked at each other and said, "Well, now, it's pretty obvious that we're getting high in here. The room's full of smoke, and there's bongs everywhere. Do you think that's going to be a problem?" Tell you what, if we see the state cops show up, then we'll know. We'll keep an eye out. So we hung out for another, 10 minutes or so, and someone looked out the window and was like, "There's 2 state cops at the church next door right now. They're walking inside, and they've got a dog." And we all 4 immediately took our stuff, retreated to our various bedrooms and bathrooms, and began flushing. And about 10 minutes later, we hadn't gotten back together. We were still pretty much all hiding. The married guy's wife came home and found him hiding under the bed and asked him what the heck was going on. And he told her, and she was like, "Oh, hell." And she proceeds to go out the side door and march across the yard and go into the church. And about 2 minutes later, she comes marching back over, and by then Mark had called us all together. We were waiting to see what was going to happen next. And she comes back and goes, "They're having a dare not to do drugs meeting next door. You guys are idiots." All the weed was gone. All the weed was gone, man.